Hi, ink drinkers! Welcome to week 5 of my Halloween-A-Thon vlog and the spooky, scary skeleton Halloween Readathon. So we've been getting into a lot of fun things lately. We totally forgot to use the game board last week. I don't know what the deal was, but we were sick for a long while, got better, and then one of our teens brought some more sickness back. It's very mild compared to what we dealt with before. I think it's just a cold, but there's some coughing going on and whatnot, so I'm crossing my fingers that it passes quickly so that we can get back into things. But that hasn't stopped us from having fun. I just want to make sure that we can, get out and about during this fun, spooky season. So what am I reading? I am currently reading In the Grave Where the Bones Are Still Wet by Calvin Ellis. Really enjoying it so far. I'm not super far in, but I have enjoyed everything that I've read so far. The little connections to his first book, In the Hills Above the Gristmill. So if you have not read Calvin Ellis's work, I highly suggest starting off with In the Hills Above the Gristmill and then reading my current read, which is In the Grave Where the Bones Are Still Wet. I am also reading aloud with my youngest, and hopefully more will join in tomorrow or this evening, depending on when we pick it up again, The Halloween Tree, which is a beloved read here, and especially for me. But it's so cozy, yeah, spooky, just love it. I'm reading this as part of both readathons, so checking off quite a few boxes here. So that's what I'm currently reading. I do not know what I'll be watching for the rest of the week. Hopefully we can get into more spooky things. I did start Father of the Bride with one of my adult kids last week, and we just finished that, was it last night? And it's a sentimental, nostalgic watch for me. He reminds me so much of my dad, Steve Martin, in this movie. And there's so much that is so funny. And I held my shiz together for most of the movie. I am a crier, okay? I'm emotional. Things really touch me, things like that. But I thought I would be crying a lot more during the movie. Just little sniffles here and there. But my land was I caught off guard by my emotions at the end. I won't spoil it for you if you haven't seen it, but it is on Hulu, I believe. That's where we watched it. So it was a lot of fun to watch, but also, holy cow, did the memories just from life in general, my experience getting married and all that, just all rushed at me, and I was sobbing. I couldn't even speak properly, and I just kept saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Because I didn't want to ruin that movie watching experience, but sorry to all my kids, you have an emotional mother, what can I say? So that has nothing to do with Halloween or Halloween-A-Thon. It was just something that we watched, and I like to include our day-to-day stuff as well in these vlogs, so there you go. So I think that is it for now. We will see what I get into. We will see what the kids and I get into together. And hopefully something spooky goes down tonight. It's cozy season. It is cozy season. Today was quite warm, but I won't complain on those warm days. We'll get out, blow the stink off, as my mom always likes to say. And on those cold days, we will cozy up and do the cozy things. So we'll see what this week brings. I hope you guys are having a great one. I guess I'll see you in another clip soon. I'm here with another check-in. Please don't mind my frizzy hair. It's kind of one of those don't give an F days. I haven't checked in because my throat was too sore to talk. And so I might not last long, but I wanted to give you a little update on what's been happening. So last night I watched Terrifier 2 with my two oldest kids who are 22 and 20. So, you know, we're good to go. And initially I thought I would give it 3 stars, but then after talking with one of my kids, they pointed out that the acting was better than the first one. And, you know, I realized I really liked the storyline, the plot, whatever. There was a lot going on, and there were some things that I felt were kind of silly, but overall, I love what they did with it. I loved the main character's kind of storyline, overcoming a lot of things, and really finding that inner baddie. Really liked that. And most of my favorite parts about the movie had nothing to do with the gore. I mean, that's the case with any movie like that. I feel like the gore is just secondary to everything else, and I'm not really into gore anyway. But they definitely delivered quite a bit, and so I enjoyed it. And of course, art was funny here and there. And without spoiling, there is a scene where he's kind of mentally terrorizing this girl in a Halloween store, and he had me busting up laughing, but also I was like overly concerned for her considering it's fiction. But I'm like, I feel like a lot of women can feel like this with people who are stalking them, or just people that take things too far in public spaces and things like that. So there's a lot that could go into it. I don't want to dive too deep. My voice is not doing well. But overall, yeah, after having a discussion and thinking on it more, definitely 4 stars. And then the only thing I didn't really care for, and that kind of confused me and flustered me a little bit, was the last scene after the credits had started rolling. You know how they like to put those surprise scenes in. Not going to spoil it for you, don't worry, but I wasn't really fond of it for reasons that I can't discuss. But, you know, overall, it was entertaining. It had a lot of edge of your seat moments, had a lot of humor in it, had a lot of really relatable things as a mother and as a former teenager, and dealing with parents and dealing with teens as a parent. So, yeah, definitely recommend it if you can stomach the gore, because there's a lot of it. I have not read further into the Halloween Tree. I think I've only read the first chapter, because that's when my voice kind of went out after that. So hopefully we can read that over the weekend, or maybe this week, and just, you know, finish this readathon strong. So I do want to roll the dice. It's been a while since we've done that, so I'd like to do it. I don't know if the kids are really interested in doing that part of it anymore, because we've been, you know, they've been watching a lot of spooky things. They've been watching, like, what is it? The Transylvania movie. That whole, like, franchise. They've been watching those types of things. I think they've been rewatching Coraline and Monster House and all the stuff. And so I think they're just kind of like, let's do what we want to do instead of being told what to do, which is totally fine. But I really enjoy the game, and I want to get to the end of the game board before the end of Halloween-A-Thon, so I'd like to do that. Oh, I did make some progress in the grave where the bones are still wet. It's getting quite interesting. I look forward to seeing what happens next. When I go to read, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to sit down and read a chapter, or lay down and read a chapter, and then I end up reading a few. So it's really that good where I'm like, okay, I want to keep reading, even though I should be doing other things, you know. I'm going to go down and roll the dice for my game, and possibly watch The Masked Singer with one of my kids, because we need to catch up on that. And that's actually pretty fitting for Halloween, because it's people in costumes. So yay. Yay Halloween-A-Thon. All right, so that is it for now. I'll see you when I see ya. Oh, also, before I forget, there's this cool event going on through Instagram. I don't know if this event is posted on any other social media sites. I can find out if you don't have Instagram and you'd like to know more. And I could also link the website below because they've got the links to all of the books. But there are free and heavily discounted ebooks and I think discounted physical copies of books as well going on. Hopefully it's still happening once this video goes up. I haven't calculated the dates, but it just started today, as of today, Friday, and I think it goes for a few days, so hopefully you catch this in time. But I grabbed myself like 11 free ebooks. I just don't have the money to even fork over the 99 cents an ebook for others. And I wish I did because there's a lot on there. Robert Weaver, one of my favorite new to me authors, has, I think, all of his occult Britain books up there for like 99 cents. Or $1.99, I can't remember. I read Blessed Skeletons and I really want to get to the rest of his books because he is one of those writers that definitely gives me major imposter syndrome. But he's amazing and has so much talent. I can't get over it. So I really want to read more of his books, but I just, at this time, I had to do the freebies, and I'm really excited to get to some of these. One of them I want to try to get to this week because it is heavily Halloween themed, and you know, we got to get those themes in. If I don't, I may save it for next year, or I may continue my Halloween celebration until Thanksgiving, maybe. We shall see. But I just wanted to let you know about that event. So if you're looking for some inexpensive or free ebooks, definitely check this out. All indie authors, and there's quite a few in there that I had scored in previous events. So these happen, I think, like at least twice a year that I know of. So if you're interested, give it a look. I will link the Instagram page as well as the website below so you can check it out.